tonight, coming off the win, probably one of the better starts this team has had all season.
It was a good start for us. We played very well defensively. Offensively, we got some big plays which we've been looking for all year, and made some great throws. Got Zach Gahn involved, Ed Williams, and had a pretty decent drive to get some scoring position for Ed Smith. I was proud of the way we started offensively. Just got to continue. And after that first quarter, we started shooting ourselves in the foot, bad snap, holding penalties, a false start. Just little things like that. Those are things we have to eliminate to continue to win and get better. But it was a great start. Just wish we could finish like we started that game.
Certainly don't want to focus on the bad snap, but that's 2 games in a row now where Travion simply wasn't ready for the ball. Is there something, a hand signal that the quarterback or the center thinks he's seeing? What's going on there?
It's just cadence. It is what it is. He's not getting the center's not getting the cadence. Understand what the cadence is, and we got a ready call, and after that, we'll set up. And he's hearing the ready, and then he's snapping the ball instead of when our quarterback's ready. But a little bit goes on the quarterback too. When he says ready, he makes sure he gets his eyes right on the center to be alert, from the get-go. But it is something we got to eliminate. It's killed us. I don't know if it's 2 weeks in a row. It might be 6 weeks in a row. But it's something that we got to eliminate and get rid of. It's just killing us right now.
With Travion last year, it was week 5, week 6, and he really kind of started to figure things out and get things going. Is he kind of following that same pattern now?
I think so. I thought he looked better than he has all week. Last week I thought he did a good job of seeing receivers. Still a few drop balls that we shouldn't have. One bad interception. The other one was tipped. But I think he's doing a good job of kind of starting to figure it out, starting to feel comfortable again. In the pocket and getting himself out too. So just as long as he keeps improving, this will be a big test for him this week against Northwest to kind of see what he does, because they're going to bring a lot of pressure. They got some big guys up front that are going to get pressure on him as well, and see how he handles it. Play a lot of man coverage and see if he can find the guy that's open.
Defensively, you feel this team maybe took a step back to where they were playing earlier this year?
I thought we started very well in that game, against Emporia. Second quarter or third quarter, first drive, missed tackles. And that's what it comes down to. If we don't have missed tackles, we don't miss the sack. Who knows how that game goes for us, but we did. They got him on a roll, gave him some confidence. I just think we played real physical, relentless that second half like I felt we should have.
Why do you think that is? Because it seemed like this team was starting to kind of get their swagger and be a very physical football team. It seems like since that Pitt game that it hasn't been there as physical.
And you can figure it out, Gerard, let me know. But right now, I can't figure out why we just can't continue to play well for 4 quarters, and that's something we stress every day. Play well for 60 minutes, and let's get on the football field and play relentless and physical and doing your assignment and play with passion, play with heart all the way through. And as coaches, you can talk about it and speak about it and try to get them going. But as players, there's got to be a time, in the season that you step up and you figure it out yourself. So these guys need to step up and figure it out.
Big opportunity this week. Northwest Missouri State, of course, it is a named program regardless of what their rank is. What's your indications of the Bearcats this season?
Very good team, just like they have been in the past. They're solid offensively, very physical and aggressive defensively, and relentless on the field. And they're going to man up and play man coverage and bring some pressure at you to see if you can defend it or not. They're very confident in what they do, and you can see that as they play on the football field. We got to get ourselves ready. We need to play that same amount of confidence and play physical, play aggressive, and play relentless just like they do. And, if we can do that and match their intensity, I think we'll have a pretty good match with them.
This is a team, Northwest Missouri State used to, putting 70 on the board and just these horrible scores. Hasn't been that way this year. Is their offense a little more tame this year, I guess?
No, there's so many different formations, so many different looks. They're a few catches away from putting big points up on the board. A few drop passes and maybe a block away, but when I look at them, they still look just as dangerous as they have in the past. Just haven't quite put it all together yet. I think when they do, it's going to be dangerous for anybody that's going to face them that day. But the team's done pretty well doing their assignments, keeping everything in front, not giving up a big play, and that's something that we have to do this week is make them earn everything and not give up a big play and make things easy for them. So if we can do that, hopefully they make a mistake, down the road in this game, and we can capitalize on it.
You play them with all the formations. Is that the biggest challenge, getting lined up for all the different things they do out of those formations?
It is. It is tough on your kids. This first day of practice was pretty brutal for them because there's so many different looks that you're going to get from them. You just got to keep it simple. You try to do too much with your guys, they get confused, and that's when big plays happen. So we're just trying to keep it very simple for our guys. Let them play football, understand what they're doing offensively to us. And then defensively, the same thing. We got to figure out what they're doing to us and get it corrected right away. And you'll go make some plays and hopefully get some big points off of it.
What's the biggest challenge for you guys offensively against that defense? They return, I think, their top 7 tacklers from last year. Pretty much the whole crew back they had last season.
First off, we got to establish line of scrimmage, and not let them penetrate and make easy plays in the backfield. And I think that's one thing we have to do, right from the get. Try to establish the run game, that has some play action there to keep them off balance. And I think that's the whole key to it. Our receivers got to beat them one-on-one. And if we can do that, hopefully we can have a good day against them. But that's going to be the main thing. It's kind of a defense that we haven't seen before. A lot of man coverage, a lot of twisting, a lot of blitzes. We got to be ready to go and sound in our blocking schemes.
That Pitt game was such a big breakthrough win. Having won that game, can you sense a different confidence or a different feel for your team going up, preparing for Northwest?
Yeah, and I have all year. I feel like our kids are pretty confident in their abilities. They talk about the Washburn game and the Western game and the things they did to prepare themselves better than they could have done. And you're seeing them do those things right now, especially this week. We've had kids up here all day long watching film, getting in their scouting reports, asking questions, and when they do those things, you feel pretty confident, about the performance on Saturday. So hopefully they continue to do that. They come focused, and the right football team shows up for us, on Saturday.
4 games left. Is this about the time that you start to see the seniors, not press a little bit more, but just start to realize that, hey, it's coming to an end fairly quickly?
Yeah, you try not to, talk to them too much about that, because then they start trying to do things that they're not supposed to do, and on the field, just try to make outstanding plays, and instead of just doing their job, and you talk to them about it, but it's still 4 games that you got to do. You got to play your position and do your assignment and play physical and aggressive and do what we ask you to do. Don't go out and try to do anything different, because you're really going to hurt yourself and hurt your team. So, we're going to miss those guys, but they've done a great job for us, and they've been great leaders for us too. So they really haven't lost too much focus on thinking that these might be the last 4 games of their season. All right, thanks, guys.